Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again, or for the very first time, to the Farts and Corrupt Show. Where today, as per usual, it's your host Danjo here with part 109 of Final Fantasy IX here on Retro Classics. Hope you guys are all doing well today, and on today's episode, which is gonna have to be a shorter one. I just wanted to get a few things done and yeah, kind of just let you guys know a few things. So yeah, we've been doing a little bit of a victory lap since we are on disc 4, and as it turns out, the thing I've been experimenting with lately, trying to get more accurate colors and such, excuse me. Yeah, as it turns out, for SDR content, YouTube actually, in its processing, converts things automatically to BT709, which is also known as REC, REC 709. And if you're on Streamlabs or OBS, that will be the YUV color space, I believe, right under color format. Yeah. And as it turns out, that was partially why I was having inaccurate colors when I was switching things over, essentially, to try to get to pure RGB. Which, was resulting in a loss of color data, I guess. Especially in the gamma space, which makes sense because 709 deals with gamma differently than native RGB. So now, for color format, I'm pretty sure you can still use RGB if your chipset supports it. However, depending on your preference and depending on how this goes, it might still be better to use i444. Possibly. That is to be determined. But yeah, before I was trying a couple different things, and kind of what I wanted to do was to use RGB, and for YUV color space to use sRGB, because essentially, theoretically, based on my research, that should be as close to native RGB as possible. So and yeah, it didn't matter. I thought maybe it was because it was the video signal being not transitioned. Whatever. I thought it was because of the video signal format on my capture card. But as my last couple episodes of Final Fantasy IX went, and I also tested this out with live streams, that did not matter. And that's just like a display capture, basically. Well, like, I found window capture works a little bit better than display capture. But, still, it was resulting in the same issue of, like, incorrect colors and like gamma not being represented correctly, which especially is a problem with retro games because a lot of like light stuff used to be very dependent on your gamma. So sometimes like the lighting would just look a little too dark. And like in this game, like, is actually pretty advanced as far as like PS1 games go for lighting. And but it still relies heavily on gamma because like it's not pure what do they call it? Not ray tracing obviously, but the other thing that was like spatial lighting, depending on, it's like reactive lighting sort of. So essentially lights not being necessarily pre-baked, but light sources being variable, sort of. It's a hard... Reactive is a better way to describe that. Anyway, as far as the actual video signal goes, yeah, I decided to switch back to REC 709 because YouTube's going to convert it into BT 709 anyway, and like if you're recording like HDR or whatever, or like later converting to HDR, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna want to use REC 2100, so like that stuff doesn't really matter. But for the most part, most people don't use HDR, and I don't use HDR partially because I have visual photosensitivity, so like HDR is legit like painful to my eyeballs. But yeah, we're gonna do a little victory lap here in Daguerreo, and then that's pretty much gonna be it because I don't have a lot of time today. But here, let's see. Here is... I mean, I didn't really prepare something like this, and I am gonna have like a dedicated video on this. But is this... Okay, we can just get rid of that for now. Here, let me show you guys an example. If I can figure out where I put this. Which I'm pretty sure I did because I just set up a new thing for this earlier today. Okay, and so wait a minute. If I turn that off, yeah, there we go. Oh, that's gonna be harder to read. Okay, how about... There we go. I just didn't want it to be like stretched pixels and stuff. Okay. So this is like a screenshot from one of my recent videos that was definitely not recorded in REC 709. This was still with the RGB settings, but as you can see in like the stats for nerds thing, playback on YouTube, it says color BT709, and yeah, this is from one of my cyberpunk videos. And I kind of did some color correction on this one to try to make it look like normalized, sort of, in the thing, but it still was not quite right. Essentially what I did, and it kind of worked, was turned up the gamma a little bit more, like in the game, because the PS5 version of Cyberpunk does have like a gamma color correction option, and that did help with like the gamma being washed out, but it still was like incorrect in how it was displaying stuff. So yeah, I thought that was strange, and I checked like a couple other videos, like not only on like the browser version of YouTube, but also like on the app for like console, whether you're on like PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, whatever, and you can pull up like the stats for nerds. Like I checked a bunch of different videos from various channels, and yeah, if you're watching on an SDR display, as most people are, and all that jazz, like it's converted for that BT, what did they call it, BT? Is that right? BT 709. Like, it's essentially the exact same, like, yeah, they're just different names. BT 709 and REC 709 are exactly the same thing. They're just different names. But yeah, I thought that was kind of strange. So hopefully, color format can still be RGB, but for YUV color space, it should probably be 709, especially if it's like a video for YouTube, because like YouTube's going to convert it to 709 anyway, and so you don't want in that conversion a loss of color data, is my point. Anyway, so this is the guy that wanted the magical fingertip. Yeah. Huh? You have the magical fingertip. Will you give it to me? I beg you. Oh, thank you. Oh, what's wrong? I used to be a fairly well-known blacksmith. Sorry, big lunch. That's a callback. My work was everything to me. And then one day, my wife died. That's when I moved here. I've lived here ever since. A few years ago, I read a biography of a great craftsman named Gogo, another Final Fantasy VI reference, who was known for making dolls that looked like real people. Supposedly, the secret to his extraordinary skill was in his fingers. So I figured I could get his fingers and combine them with my skills. I could make a doll that looked like my wife. Don't look at me like that. You would do the same thing. I'm such a fool. Look at these fingers. They look worn down, as if they'd never got a break. They look just like my fingers. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I now realize that I must accept who I am and how I have lived my life. Please, accept this as a token of my gratitude. I no longer need it. Ah, yeah. Honestly, I don't think I've ever done that quest before. Like, the reason for which, like, there's a good reason for that. Like, I don't use Steiner, and unfortunately this is only for Steiner. And yeah, it's an expensive quest, and I didn't used to know about, like, the Cotton Robe exploit, which apparently was, like, patched out of the game in later versions, but because, like, the fact that you can make a profit just by crafting a shitload of them and selling them, the game doesn't usually work like that. Like, that's an exploit. This is the reading room. In addition to tables and chairs, we also... You've told me this before. No. And we visited all the beaches in the world, so we don't have to pay for healing really ever again, honestly. So let's just go down here, and I just thought we'd finish up the Garrow, because, like, why not? I don't know who has new dialogue and who doesn't. Especially the old ones. Yeah, you already said that. And you're just the naming way guy, so no. We've already done that. Geez, so many books. Yeah, you already said that. Okay, I already did that. But yeah, I have a stream I have to get to, guys. Which, by the way, if you guys ever want to stop by for a live stream, we usually do Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays as much as possible. And no specific times, just as much as possible on those days. We already checked the shop, right? Yeah, because that episode a little while ago, what the fuck? Why didn't we buy this? Oh, maybe I already equipped it to him? No, because it says down. I guess I just missed it. Oh, no, I specifically didn't buy stuff for Steiner. Or I should say the other way around. I specifically didn't buy Steiner new stuff because he wasn't going to be in the party anyway. I might still train him up. Like, we'll see. Because we have yet to do, like, the training episodes. Yeah, you already said that about the water pressure and how I fixed the lift. Yeah, the restoration of Clara, you already said that. Maybe people come settle here because of the water, some kind of treasure with the legend. Okay. And I guess that's everything. I mean, let's check the synthesis shop one more time, but yeah, you already said that too. Wait, did I? No, I didn't talk to these guys again. Alright, let's do that. I think the only other thing of new thing here was delivering the magical fingertip. Uh-huh. The I want to be your canary thing, and whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. Mm-hmm. We already have both of these. We don't need a glutton's robe, because I don't use Quina. Okay, this is all the same shit. Okay. You haven't received any mail lately, okay. Alright. I have to get going, guys. I was not joking that this was going to be a shorter one. But it seems like Daguerreo is done, and I don't think we finished Trino. We did the main stuff in Trino, but we didn't, like, go around and double check. Or did we? I don't think so, because oh wait, Dr. Todd might have something, maybe? Or I think there's another card tournament. Like, we fought the monster, we did the auction house stuff, and we delivered the Stelazio. I think that's all there is, but maybe not. How many towns do we have left? So we have Bermesia and Alexandria and Lindblom. And maybe Trino? We'll just... like, Bermesia, Alexandria, and Lindblom for sure. And I know for a fact Alexandria has a new thing that kind of requires you to backtrack to some places. So we'll start with Alexandria. But I'm gonna check and make sure Trino is done first. Yeah, we'll do it that way. That makes the most sense to me. And again, we're not going to be revisiting every single place, like the places that are essentially just glorified dungeons. I'm just going to skip that, like Gazumluke's Grotto and Ibsen's Castle, that kind of thing. But yeah, that is going to do it for today, folks. So yeah, as I mentioned, next episode we'll finish up Trino and then we'll head to Alexandria. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And sorry I spent most of this episode just talking about like very techie stuff, but if you guys were curious about like color format stuff, yeah, hopefully that was helpful. That was kind of the TLDR version. I will have a dedicated video on that at some point in the near future, so hope you guys are looking forward to that, but we are going to finish this series first, as far as how things are going to be scheduled, and then in between Retro Classics series, I'm going to be releasing some like project videos, so yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to that, but yeah. Before we get going, it's time for the outro, special thanks, updates, all that jazz. And a very special thank you going out to the amazing people who helped make it possible, the current Farts and Crap Show members, which at the time of recording is Novalis Draconis, Aaron Schick, and 97 Johnny Boy. Thank you all so very much for choosing to support the show a bit more directly via channel membership. It vastly helps out, very much appreciate it, and it is very much optional. So you guys are extra awesome for doing so. And if you want to be incredibly awesome like these amazing people and get in on all those membership benefits, check out that join button down below. If you know what I'm talking about, there's no join button for you. That can happen for various reasons. But yeah, there's a link in the description that talks about becoming a channel member that will also pull up the membership details. But yeah, membership tiers start at $3 a month. That's roughly 10 cents a day. Gets you into all the basic stuff, including getting to vote in the series that get made here on the channel via the Members' Choice Polls. It's a thing we do once a month for a full week over on the membership tab, and that is how all of the series get decided. So, we did just wrap one up on the 23rd. That was for the October 2025 Members' Choice Bowl. And that was for the Halloween special, which is going to be the original version of Resident Evil 2. I'll be doing that around Halloween time. And but we will have one for November. It's likely going to be for a future Retro Classic series, although not the one to follow this one. That was determined a while ago, and that was kind of the 2,000 subscribers special. So that's going to be an ad-free series, but it is going to be a shorter one. So kind of to predetermine the one that will be after that. But yeah, I don't know when the November one's going to be, but for most of 2025, the Members' Choice Bowl has been the final week of the month, so it's probably going to be that as well. This is, however, an approximation of future announcements from the past, so if you want all the announcements as they happen and the bell doesn't work for you, I get it, the bell does not work for me, but there are 4 other ways to stay up to date. We have the post tab here on the channel, the Farts and Crap Show Twitter, the Bluesky, and the Discord. I always post on all 4 whenever there's an announcement, so regardless of which one of those works for you, you can stay up to date. And links for those are down in the description, also on the channel banner, but yeah, that's gonna do it for now. So thank y'all once again for being here, guys, so very much. Till next time, take care, and I hope you have yourself an amazing day.